Welcome back to Let's Play Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs. When we last left off, we climbed into an elevator made for transporting chemicals that said do not get in. And some stuff happened in the elevator, we blacked out, and I ended the episode just as we woke up for suspense. Let's find out why we're trapped in an elevator and what happened. Well, do I really want to know? Might be safer to stay in the elevator. Ooh, telephone.
Quickly, Mandus, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
Okay, so that means I am Mandus? Oh. Bruised and battered, but alive. I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bilge. Drain the flood. Free your children. Something about that still just does not sit quite right. Also, all the things that I should be able to pick up but can't. And a frog. I don't want to pick up the frog. That's that door right there appears to be a resource from the first Amnesia game. That padlock looks identical at least. But yeah, that's more or less my one complaint so far, is that, you know, aside from this inexplicable cabinet, there's been so few objects for me to interact with. More teeth. Yeah, I'm just slightly befuddled as to why, aside from chairs, so few objects are interactable. I'm thankful for the chairs, though. July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate, and using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part orgon modad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body it is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Uh-oh. Sounds to me like he's doing kind of Frankensteinian, stitch them together and use some kind of compound to get the dissociated parts to bond, which is probably why the pigs don't have the best motor skills. Their bodies aren't quite put together properly. I'm making assumptions and theories as we go. I'm intrigued by this room. Drawers! There's so few items for me to interact with in this game. I'm like reasonably thrilled when I find a drawer or a chair I can randomly toss. I thrive off of the interaction with the environment. It just adds so much. I really want to know what's in there. Okay, chair, you can go back over to your chair. Go back to your spot. Let's see. Low temperature storage, aka freezer. Holding pins. Let's not go to the holding pins, because they're probably holding something. Whoa, what was that? I wonder if that fog that permeates every area of the map is where all of the processing is going. I I saw a note on the website about a way to remove that. But, it really does add ambience, so I didn't want to mess with it. But I feel like that may be where a lot of the processing is ending up. Let's read the note before we flip switches. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement. My lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple enter me, and my teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can, pushed them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not all can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man pass so much blood and still live? Oof. Well, that doesn't sound good. Nope. Well, maybe I could open it. I'm slightly puzzled as to what the switch does, though. Yeah, I'm going to hazard a guess that it's that missing pipe segment right there that's likely what I The fact that it sucks the life out of electronic equipment, whatever it is a detail that slightly baffles and concerns me. I just know that one of these passageways is going to have a big patrol in it. Not gonna lie, that makes me very nervous. Holy! Why are you behind me? Where am I? I'm blind. I think I died. I didn't expect it to come from behind me. Run this time. Oh, what the heck was that? See, I feel like these pipes are meaningful.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just
Vitae.
take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
Okay, so vitae is how I pronounce it. I've been saying vitae. Vitae. That at least settles that dispute. Or debate, dispute, discrepancy. Deflurfenburgles. That last one was gibberish, could you tell? That's always wonderful. This area is a death trap, I just know it. This time it's not even a one of these paths will kill me, there's only one path. Oh great, that's not even 2 paths. Sorry about being dark. I want to make sure there's not a pig in here before I turn the lantern on and get myself killed. I really want to go down that path, yet I really want to go down this other path too. Silence, do not startle or upset the acquisition. I'm going to take its advice and just not go in that door. Acquisitions. How do you startle an acquisition? An acquisition is typically not a word used to define a living thing. Inexplicable teddy bear that I can interact with. It's worrying. See, that's the downside to if there's few items you can interact with, it makes each one feel like it means something instead of, oh, I can pick up this hammer and chuck it, but it's obviously just a hammer. August 20th, 1899. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They're the okay. Sorry, the font makes O's and U's a little hard to make out. The sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Well, you've got them on pure opiates. Of course they're behaving badly. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors after the process. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. Uh-oh. Starting to put some puzzle pieces together here. It sounds like, firstly, we're the guy that did all this, but have no memory of it. Second, his children are dead too, and he's seeking to fill a void there. I'm making assumptions. If I end up being wrong, we'll find out. It's half the fun of the mystery. There's clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Did you have the strength to break padlocks before? Because if you do, then, that's problematic. The centrifuge, and that's that thing in the center of that room, most likely. It's some form, sorry for the pause, it's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds and positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It's clearly a compound, some volatile child of two composite ingredients. I should have wagered I would find them close by. That inexplicable teddy bear worries. See, I find myself wondering if I take it somewhere to some certain... I keep hearing a buzzing sound. I keep wondering if I take it somewhere specific, if some effect will happen.
Over there. Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
It makes me wonder if that's a Prussian, or it might be a reference to the first Amnesia game. That's certainly reminiscent of the first Amnesia. Dead end hallway lock, still locked. Certainly not worrying at all. See, now I'm worried a pig's gonna come from behind me, and I default to running backwards. Just like, oh, at least I saw that. Go away. That smells of trap. Like a trap. That one walked upright. Directions I want to explore. Not that one. Sorry about all the darkness. It's just as hard for me to see as it is for y'all. The suspense stuff. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here and then answer the phone. So I will see.